Alright, what's up boys and girls? It's your boy COXTRADAMUS. I'm back again. I gotta start off real quick with something that the management came at me, told me I needed to say, before this episode, and then we'll go from there. So the views expressed on the Critical Beatdown show are solely the views of COXTRADAMUS, aka Cox Diesel, aka Rich Homie John, aka ABN Coxtra, aka Two Lens, aka Lenzino, aka Big C, Little C, Little O, Little X, aka Jam Master JC. These views are not necessarily the views of the All Bull Network, even though deep down in their hearts, all these niggas that's on the All Bull Network agree with everything that I fucking said.
Listen, bro.
One thing I'ma do, I'ma state the fact.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is COXTRADAMUS, and you're tuned into Critical Beatdown.
All right, we back, and now we get ready to go through a rapid, what do we call it, producer?
Coming at you straight from the heart of Durham, North Carolina. Every week, we're going to be diving deep into the world of hip-hop, but not just any hip-hop. Now, we're going to be focusing on the golden era, the period from 1986 to 1992, when the art form was at its purest.
Check out My Melody is produced by...
Before big business came in and watered it down with trendy nonsense. But we're not just going to be living in the past. We'll also be taking a critical look at the current state of hip-hop, from the latest rap beefs and battles to the artists who are still holding it down for the culture. And of course, we'll be paying homage to the pioneers, the DJs, MCs, B-boys, and graffiti artists, who laid the foundation for everything that came after.
as NWA.
So whether you're an old school head or a new school fan, Critical Beatdown is the podcast for you. We'll be dropping knowledge, spitting truth, and keeping it real every single week. So sit back, relax, and let's take a journey through the world of hip-hop, as seen through the eyes of yours truly, COXTRADAMUS. Peace.
I had to get that out there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, and I'm real tight about what's been going on in hip-hop. I'm real tight about two things right now. Right now, I'm sitting here looking at my producer, and that nigga got his toes out. I'm tight as shit about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm really tight about that shit. That's bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Put some socks on in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on a minute, because I've been, you know what I'm saying? I actually brought some cash today. So,
Yeah, you bought that right check statement.
But can we get into this? Can we get into this? It's beef season, and I was saying on another forum, like I actually do another podcast with my producer and a couple of other folks or whatever. The quality time, you know what I'm saying? And Joker's kickback or whatever. I kick it with them folks or whatever. I was saying, man, like it's beef time, right? Like we need to find somebody to beef with because everybody beef. But what really had I think that was a couple of days ago when we were talking about that. Then the next day I realized, like, it's actually been about 2 weeks since anybody really, said anything regarding this rap beef stuff, right? So let's kick it off like it was Kendrick, Future, and Metro came out with Like That, coming at Drake. J. Cole responded with, and I'm just going, we are going to, dismiss J. Cole. And look, I was a big proponent of J. Cole, and I understood and do understand, and really after today, I really understand why that nigga apologized. So I'm not, I'm a big proponent of, hey man, like me and producer E, we known each other for years, and it's days when I come in here and I can't stand that nigga. You know what I'm saying? A nigga do or say some shit that just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, man, fuck that nigga. If I had, a pen and a pad, I'd flame that nigga right now. You know what I'm saying? But because we boys, I graciously bow out. I don't do him like I used to do some of y'all niggas back in the day where I used to kill y'all niggas lyrically.
I get it, that shit.
But, so, J. Cole dropped his song, he bowed out. And then immediately at Dreamville, he bowed out. And I think the young brothers on, is it Let Us Tell It? They podcast, they really got in depth into it or whatever. So if y'all want to check that out, there's them some brothers on the All Bull Network. They really got into it. I watched that and they did a great job. When they merchandise coming outside, when they gonna invite me on? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's the All Bull Network got all these damn programs or whatever. Nobody don't never invite me to come through. You know, but that's neither here nor there.
You're so happy.
Yeah, I am. I'm disgruntled, nigga. I'm
Put you in a trash can.
I'm disgruntled. I'm Oscar the Grouch in this motherfucker. But so then J. Cole bows out. Who came back next? Was it Drake came with his first one was the Drop and Give Me 50, which I gotta admit I was feeling in the moment. He really kind of came at Kendrick and and a few other folks. I get it was a decent response. Certainly it was but then he came back with he did that one, right? That's why I was coming back to. You know what I'm saying? So he came with the Drop and Give Me 50, which, said he also took some little shots at Ross. Now, Ross came back within hours, you know what I'm saying, with his response to Drake, which I will say in the moment I was, and I think that's one of the things, we are all prisoners of the moment, right? Where you be like, oh shit, that nigga can't never come back from that, oh shit. And then you listen to it, 2 days later and you like, okay, Ross, you really didn't. It really wasn't that earth shattering. You know what I'm saying? But he, the biggest thing that really was tickling me to death was just him calling Drake white boy and shit. That shit tickled the shit out of me. And just saying, yeah, that's why you be wearing that funny shit on stage, because you don't want to show your stomach no more. That kind of shit, you know what I'm saying, made me laugh. But his actual song really wasn't earth shattering, but he fired a salvo back. So next thing you know, my nigga Drake do and I called him my nigga Drake do you know what I'm saying?
Nigga no more.
I know Drake can't say nigga no more based on today. And we done found that out. Drake can't, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. No more. Matter of fact, what you need to do, Drake, if you want to say nigga, you know what I'm saying? If you want to say nigga, I need you to send some money to damn Jonathan Cox 1971 at Yahoo. You know what I'm saying? Or my Cash App. You know what I'm saying? I say it a bunch for you. You know what I'm saying? I get it off for you because you can't do it no more. Oh, so, he did the Tailor Made joint with him. Well, it was him. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say like he had some real features. It was him, but it was him, Pac, and Snoop. I gotta give my thoughts on that. Like I said, I will say originally I thought it was somewhat cool, and I'm just gonna say this: the reason why what threw me off, I guess, because I guess he just used Pac's voice to kind of chastise this nigga how you gonna let, how you gonna let this nigga come at the West Coast like that, we better than that, I need you to stand on your business, blah, blah, blah. And then you Snoop to do the same thing. I guess I just kind of looked at it I guess it's twofold. I would have rather he either do it as just both, say Pac and Big, you know what I'm saying? They both ain't here. Or, Snoop and somebody else that was here, but not like you did Pac. Then you go to Snoop, and Snoop, I imagine Snoop was, I haven't seen any responses or nothing like that, but I imagine Snoop was like, nigga, leave me the fuck out this shit. I ain't got shit to do with this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in this. But he did that, and the other thing that was kind of, I didn't dig about it, I will say I didn't dig about it, is if you gonna say you Tupac, then write like Tupac. If you gonna say you doing Snoop, write like Snoop. You wrote in the Drake cadence, but you used their voices. That shit was kind of, that shit was kind of corny. Yet at the same time, I was kind of maybe it's corny, but he is still digging into the beat. My nigga Kanye jumped in. My nigga Kanye said, we got him, K-Dot. Can't stop, won't stop. I just fucked your bitch in a Sean John tank top. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck this nigga, I don't even know why he wanted to. I know he done had smoke with Drake for years, right? Yeah, he been wanting to get at Drake for years, but the thing, And I saw this earlier, somebody else talking about it, and it is the truth. Like, they had beef years ago. You had Kanye, good music, this, that, and other. Y'all had plenty of time to come at that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the only one that did it was Pusha. You know what I'm saying? The only one that did it was Pusha. So if you saying, you know, like, you let Pusha handle the beef back then, why you trying to jump in now? Shit, I mean, that's your boy. Why you ain't just call that nigga like, you know, like you did back then? No, Kanye and Pusha had their own, you know what I'm saying, their own beef, but it really seemed like it was a hired hit.
The number changed.
You know what I'm saying? So Kanye, that's the last one, right? And then or the most recent one anyway, until today. And so yesterday, I got a text from one of my dearest friends. It is my honey bunny. It is her daughter, Janae, texted me yesterday and said, I was just having this discussion with some folks or whatever, and I wonder what you think. The fact that Kendrick hasn't responded up till now, is it an L? Has he taken the L because he hasn't responded yet? And at first, you know, like, I first was texting her back like, be patient, grasshopper, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then I texted her back, you know, like, I erased all that and I wrote, no, honestly, it is kind of an L because, you know, especially the fact that you started all this and now you kind of quiet or whatever, and it's been a couple of weeks. And I was kind of explaining to her, not explaining because she knows, but, you know, like, I was like, if you guys can remember, you know what I'm saying? I know you can, but when Nas and Jay-Z was in they shit, what was Nas dropped Takeover on his album? Either didn't come out till 9 or 10 months later because it was on Nas's album.
Jay dropped Takeover. You said Nas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jay dropped Takeover. This motherfucker always correcting me. Hey, y'all just see that shit where damn, you know, Club Shay Shannon Sharp said something about goddamn correcting grown folks. Don't be correcting me, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let me be wrong. What the fuck you even doing in this room right now? You little motherfucker. Go back and say, don't be trying to correct me, but he's right. See, here goes the thing. It's nothing wrong with correcting folks when they're wrong, but when you try to do it like producer, he just tried to embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? That's where there's a problem. You know, and I imagine that's what happened with Amanda Seals. When she corrected her teacher, she tried to embarrass her teacher. She didn't just say, you know, excuse me, Miss Smith, but actually, you know, they weren't Stone Age people. She probably was like, why you say that? You know damn well it's about, you know what I'm saying? And she embarrassed her teacher. Sorry. Nigga got me all, you know what I'm saying?
You could have just said, act like Nas battled himself. Catwalk was Googling Nas Takeover.
Jay-Z put out Takeover. Nas put out Ethan. But I guess what I'm just getting at is that it was 9 months in between it, right? Like, you was like, you know, when Takeover came out, you was like, oh shit. And it wasn't just Nas, it was Prodigy from Mobb Deep and this, you know what I'm saying, where he really kind of went in and you're like, oh shit, what these niggas gonna say? But at that time, this is 2002, 2004, somewhere around there, whatever. I'm not saying the technology wasn't there, it just wasn't expected that, like, you know, like within 24 hours, whatever it was, we didn't put niggas on the clock then. We was waiting for their albums to come out and thinking they're going to address the shit that somebody said on their album, you know, before. But now with Kendrick, you know, so that's what I said to Janae. I was like, I got to take it as a loss, you know, because like he started this and he hasn't said anything, and it's been a week, almost 2 weeks. My dear friend Janae said, I'm going to give that nigga 72 hours. This was yesterday. This was Sunday, whatever date it is, you know. Yesterday was Monday. Stop correcting me, nigga. This was Monday, whatever date that was.
Get off your own lawn.
This was Monday, April 29th. That sounds right. She said, I'm going to give this nigga 72 hours. I had already buried it in my, you know, like, nah, this nigga just, you know what I'm saying, like he lost. Lo and behold, you wake up. Today is Tuesday, April 30th, and I'm just randomly, you know, I'm working from home. I'm randomly playing with my phone or whatever while I'm doing that, and I see, you know, Euphoria. Is that the name of it? Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was prepared to be underwhelmed. Can I go back for a minute and say within all of this, I forgot to mention Quavo and Chris Brown, even though they're not exactly in this same, you know, the thread that we're talking about. That was part of Beef Week or Beef Season or whatever, was Quavo and Chris Brown released, what was the name of his joint? It doesn't matter. It really don't matter. I got producer E looking it up for me right now, but I'm telling you, the way that nigga flamed Quavo, I think I text or reached out via chat or something with my producer and just was like,
Weakest link.
the weakest link. That is it. Amongst my hip hop loving friends, and one of my brothers called me. He ain't even into hip hop. He just was like, "My nigga, did you hear this? You know what I'm saying? Did you hear this?" I was like, "Oh, I heard it." Now, just staying there for a minute, we came to the conclusion amongst me and my friends and everybody that I talked to that the only thing Quavo could do after that was fight that nigga. Like, there wasn't a song response that you could do, bro. This Negro said, I shudder to repeat it on camera, but it's the line that really just had me stuck and fucked up. When that nigga said, when Takeoff died, everybody wished it was you instead. There's where I was like, yeah, there's no like rap response to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta, you know what I'm saying, I gotta see you. Despite my, you know what I'm saying, despite my misgivings, he did respond. I don't even look up the title of his response. He did respond, and I guess it was a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, like, let me say this. The way these niggas, and what it seems like to me, I got this from my barber like 2 weeks ago or whatever, whenever, you know, the Metro, the Like That shit came out. And I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying, like all of these beefs was going on or whatever. And I was just kind of like, man, bro, why nobody don't like Drake? You know what I'm saying? And everything that he explained to me was, you know, it was legit, but I guess I was just sitting there like, these niggas really, you know, like go at each other about women. And that was the Quavo, Chris Brown thing. I mean, both of them niggas was, you know what I'm saying? I fucked your bitch when you was going with her. Or I fucked your bitch when she was a porn star. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, well, like I said, don't let me, I'm not trying to diminish what, you know, Chris Brown did to Quavo. He ended his rap career like, you can't come back from that, Quavo. And I'm gonna say this to you too, Drake. Y'all niggas better call J. Cole and get some damn apology up in you. Y'all better get some apology up in you, for real. I'm telling you.
You skipped Simba.
I skipped who?
Simba.
I definitely skipped Simba. Who was the other chick that you sent me? That was the other thing I wanted to say too. So look, now this shit is full. It's full, you know, this is way before we get to, you know, like what happened today on April 30th. But a couple of weeks ago when all this beef, everybody was beefing, everybody's going at it, right? Producer E just randomly hit me in my inbox with a song by some dude named Simba. And I'm not trying to be funny. I just don't know the brother. I don't. That was my first time hearing him when you sent it to me. I ain't never heard of it. And so I listened to it, right? And it was competent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't groundbreaking or nothing. It was competent or whatever. And I guess he had and he was going in on Cole, right? Like about apologizing. And then there was, who was the female artist that you sent me as well? Was her name Nati?
3D Nati.
Yeah, 3D Nati. Same thing. It was competent. It was competent. But when I looked, when I looked at, and I replied back to producer E, and I was like, this nigga, who you talking about? This nigga Simba, he ain't released no music since 2020 or something like that. And producer E was like, man, you tripping, this dude released music every week. I never responded back to him, but I was sitting there like, that's the fucking problem. There goes the problem, or there goes the reason why I'm dismissing this shit. You telling me this nigga put out music every week, and yet here we are in 2024, and I ain't never heard of the nigga. 3D Nati was cool, but you could see it was one of them. I want to get into this too, but I'm not about the industry plant shit. And I'm not sure that she's industry plant or whatever. I don't think so.
Cool.
Been in the game for a minute.
Yeah.
What's her album? She got any classics? She got any classics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a few.
She got a few classics.
Got more than Drake.
And no, Drake don't got none. According to them, according to Kendrick, Drake don't have a classic, and that's real. Anything that I actually thought that Drake was classic, because I used to like the album Take Care, and I like the one Started from the Bottom. I can't remember the name of that album, but I did like that album too.
Like you singing.
I would have, I can't say that I would have considered those classics, but maybe modern classics that I'm just not all that into, but they still, kind of classics. Just like, what's his first album? Not Section 80. What's the one with Good Kid, Mad City? That's a modern classic. It's a cold album. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where,
All Kendrick's classic.
No, all Kendrick are not classics. But I tell you what was classic. What that nigga dropped today? This nigga said, I like Drake with melodies. Not trying to be tough. Nigga told him, you don't know nothing about raising no kids. Which Pusha touched on a few years ago. Nigga said, instead of trying to fuck with, Pusha P, why you don't go back and fuck with Pusha T? Producer E, let me ask you right on the spot. Who won between Drake and Pusha T?
Surgical Summer.
It was a surgical summer that year. The Life of Adidon. He had the nigga in blackface. Drake ain't said that nigga name since.
Quit.
He's still been successful, but he ain't said that nigga name since, and I guarantee you that nigga will never say Kendrick's name again. If he does, I'm just saying, if you do, it's one of them things where, like, when you was kids and, like somebody, it's one thing to just be brave, like you get into a fight with somebody, they can beat you up, they keep beating you up, and you just keep getting up. At some point, somebody gonna tell you, nigga, stay down. That's what what's his name, Mickey told Rocky, nigga, stay down, Rock, stay down. But Rocky had that unwitting, that will to just keep getting up. And that's, that worked in the movies. This ain't no fucking movie. Stay down, Drake, stay down. That's what damn Rose.
Kendrick said.
So Kendrick basically put the industry on notice.
That pen game great.
He done put the industry on notice. If you fight, I'm already knocking this nigga down. Don't you come in here and try to pick that nigga up. Don't you come in here trying to jump me. Drake tried to say it was 20v1. And that's what I will say, that's what I don't like. Is like the Drake and Ken Dot thing, K Dot thing or whatever, like they into it. And it's one of them things where like I said, I don't like Producer E some days. You know what I'm saying? But I would never, but if somebody was in here whooping his ass, I might get a couple of damn, you know what I'm saying? I might take a couple of stomps in and just be like, you know what I'm saying? I just had to get mine in. That's the way I look at the way these niggas, you know what I'm saying, was all jumping on Drake. None of them were effective. Well, Cole tried to come back at Kendrick, and I think Cole's biggest fuck up was him trying to attack his discography, which I'm going to still go on the record and say, like, he wasn't wrong. He just shouldn't have said it. If you gonna come at that nigga a different way. That wasn't the right way to come at him, but, he said some, and I think that's ultimately why he, bowed out, because he's like, damn, I went somewhere I shouldn't have went. I mean, especially knowing that your discography ain't that much better. But I digress. But Drake tried to say, oh, it's 20v1, everybody, y'all coming at me. And a lot of niggas was coming at that nigga for a minute. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was looking like he was fighting them off, like he was doing a good job. But today, the ass whooping that you took, I'm trying to think of anything that was, you know what I'm saying, like Mike Tyson in his prime, where he used to just come in and, it would be, like one or two rounds. Roy Jones.
This was
a sweep in the NBA playoff where niggas, you know what I'm saying, just go in and they just bust you up in 4 games.
Worse.
You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl for years has been, you know what I'm saying, like sometimes you see good games, but for the most part it's usually a beatdown. But none of those, that's a good one. But even Martin kind of, he had a little rally for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Even he had a little rally for a second, and we talking about when Martin fought Tommy Hearns on this show, you know what I'm saying? Even Martin had a little rally for a minute, and you know what I'm saying? And it's just when he got a little cocky and was like, yeah, baby, I did it. And then he turned around and he caught that hook. And the way he looked afterwards, you know, the way he looked afterwards is the way Drake looked right now. Only he light-skinned. He's light-skinned black dude. He's a light-skinned black dude who got his ass whooped. Now, well, they call him white boy. You know what I'm saying? They calling him white boy right now. I'm trying to think. I can't think of And so here was my biggest thing. Whenever all this was going on, and this is when, you know, like you were sending me the whole, the guy named Simba, you know, hey, man, the nigga named himself after a character in The Lion King. The fuck, what we supposed to be holding you over the, you know what I'm saying, like you the behold, you know what I'm saying, nigga, fuck you, you know. You know what I'm saying? That's what we supposed to be doing. Yeah, he gonna catch us straight, like, because he named himself Simba. You know the shit that I get for naming myself COXTRADAMUS? And you think I'm not gonna give this nigga some shit for calling himself Simba? No, I'm trying to look away. This nigga, we supposed to be holding this nigga over the mountain. We supposed to be holding this nigga over, behold. Behold, get that nigga the fuck out of here. But I guess what I was getting at was like, so Simba chimed in. 3D Nate, she chimed in. That's the only ones I saw, and I know there were plenty more who had something to say via a song or via a verse or whatever.
3D Nate.
3D Nate?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, if I pronounced it wrong, I apologize. 3D Nate.
You did. You pronounced it wrong.
I done told this nigga about correcting me. Now, when I come in next week and it's just me here and that nigga ain't here, y'all gonna know why. It's a lesson. It's a lesson. But I was like, so I was kind of like, I don't care about their responses. I want to hear from niggas who done had some real beef in hip hop. LL Cool J, Kumo D, Ice-T, KRS-One, MC Shan, Jay and Nas, Remy Ma. I ain't saying that they got to, you know, like, create verses, but if we're gonna be talking about it, that's who I want to talk to. I don't want to hear from Simba. I don't want to hear from Simba. I'm sorry, Simba. I know your value. I'm not trying to diminish your value, Simba. You are a valuable member of society, and probably and not probably. When I listen to that verse, you're a fabulous rapper. Truly, I couldn't do what you do. But then again, I kind of think I could. But no, he did a great job or whatever. But to me, it was just kind of like you're trying to, it's the whole, you remember, you know, when they do the end of the year, Johns or whatever, and they used to be, Mad Skills would do the 90, you know, the 2023 wrap up. And now, cornball ass nigga, Uncle Murder done jumped in, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, yeah, he a cornball.
He took it.
He jumped in and took it. Why? This that nigga idea. Yeah, no, I understand if you take no, you didn't take the belt. You just took this nigga idea. That's what I'm talking about. This more so, if you know what I'm saying, like you come in, you know what I'm saying, Ric Flair already established, and I come in and calling myself, I'm the Nature Boy Jonathan Cox. You copying this nigga whole style. That's what that nigga did. That's what Mad Skills did. That was Skills Lane. That was Skills Lane. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. You know, I don't listen to either one of they like year-end wrap-up songs. The idea is kind of, you know, passe now or whatever. And it was cool when it was Mad Skills. But now, like, we got to listen to two of them, and y'all probably talking about the same shit. Oh, what Uncle Murder does is totally different. I pull it up when I get home, or in the car when I'm riding home. Or whatever, I'm gonna listen to it. But you can't tell me, Mad Skills at least has a couple of albums. So, there's that. Uncle Murder don't have an album. That nigga got, you know what I'm saying, don't nobody want to hear shit from that nigga till December 31st.
Don't speak on my family, Crody. Somebody gonna bleed in your family, Crody.
So, let's just go ahead and say, checkmate Kendrick. Fabulous job. This is even worse than that. When you did was that 2010, 2012, whenever they did the Control, where he jumped on Control, right? It was Big Sean's song Control, and he got on there. I don't even know that he really dissed them niggas. He just said, y'all niggas need to step up. And everybody was, you know, for about, you know, a month or so, everybody was rapping over the Control beat, trying to show that they could flow on that beat too. And none of them wrote it like Kendrick, and that nigga called himself the King of New York and all that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to say this brings me to that, but it's not that. Because that was just like, I'm putting y'all niggas on notice. This is what I do, and y'all need to step up your game. This today was the dismantling. Yeah. You know, one of y'all's favorite, you know. Okay, so he got the Ghost Rider and He got the Ghost Rider and he got Drake. Chubbs too, whoever Chubbs is, street dude, you know, that hang out with Drake. I'm just saying, all of them niggas is associated with Drake. They don't have any position in hip hop without Drake. And this nigga dismantled that nigga today. I ain't think of anything. I'm trying to equate it to something. OVO niggas is dick riders. You can clip that shit because I said it. I said it, not just me. Oh my God, Drake. How do you can't, and I know Drake's gonna go on, I know what's gonna happen is Drake's going to not say nothing and then continue to have a career because he's got a fan base that loves whatever he puts out. He's just gonna leave it alone, and he should.
You don't think he gonna try?
I wouldn't. Nigga, you better call J. Cole and ask that. So that apology thing, you know what I'm saying? How did you, you know what I'm saying?
Top?
How did you just do it off the top of the dome? Did you kind of think about it? That's what that nigga need to do. And I think anybody in hip hop who thought, because I think, am I correct? Wasn't Lupe Fiasco thinking about coming off the bench? Didn't he make it, you know, nigga, no. No, nigga, no. Don't do it, nigga, don't do it. First off, nobody want to hear from your ass, no way. That's one. Two, if you do it, you can't, two, look, you are already in a precarious position in the industry. Nobody's wanted to hear your music since Kick Push, nigga. And I got a couple of his albums. Lupe Fiasco is a fabulous rapper, but it doesn't translate into re-listen. So Lupe, now, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad, was it Royce that talked some sense into him and said, don't do it?
You know, Royce hated that nigga.
Oh, that's right. Royce and Lupe don't like each other. You wouldn't win that battle. You could never win that battle. Royce would destroy that nigga. But I guess all I'm saying is, like, now we've had classics over the years. Me and my brother was talking about that the other day. I thought Death Certificate was that was, you can't. Ice Cube, if those that don't know, this is Ice Cube going against his old bandmates in NW, and he licked them niggas up. They were bandmates. They made the band. That's what them niggas did. They tried out and they made the band. Y'all think them niggas was gangsters? Them niggas was trying out for Eazy-E. You know what I'm saying? He made them niggas go get them some cheesecake from the Slauson Swap Meet. Them niggas, you know what I'm saying? But I thought Ice Cube, and I think they brought that up on, I just mentioned them, Let Us Tell It, Red and Marlon. They brought up, Red mentioned, you know what I'm saying, like, J. Cole need to call Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? For how he should have handled this beat or whatever. Ice Cube was the standard. He set the standard. Like, there have been diss records before and have been since. And you know what I'm saying? And certainly, you know, Jay got it, Nas. Nas really got it, Jay with it. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, like I said, but to me, the standard, I've got to mention that Tupac got it big. We'll hit him up. But it's really, to me, really with that one, it's really like a clap that, you know, first off, I fucked your wife. You know what I'm saying? You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. That's, to me, is just kind of like, damn, man, what do you say after that? What Kendrick did today was a master class and it's something that it's something that I subscribe to. It's something that I, really believe in. It's a master class, and I don't like that nigga. I don't like that nigga, and here's why. I subscribe in it. I'm not as eloquent as Kendrick, for sure. But it really is. It's like, I can't, this is professor level shit. Like, you just sitting there, just like taking notes and like, Kendrick, this nigga took my lunch money. What do I do? Not that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when you don't like a nigga, I know, like I said, I'm saying all this. I know it's a ton of y'all out there that don't like me. That is what it is. But if you don't, and that's fine. If you don't, this is what I want you to do. Put it in the comments. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? I know most of y'all rock with me, but I know there's some niggas that don't like me, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? That is what it is, because if you don't like me, I don't like you either. No, that's not even necessarily the case either. I could find a way to like you anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I might get Kendrick today. I might call Kendrick and ask that nigga, like, what's your advice? If I know Kendrick gonna say, air that nigga out. I want to bring up one more thing because I was watching something, and you know, I won't get too long-winded on this because I'm already almost past time. And maybe we can talk about this the next time I'm here with you guys. I was watching something about industry plants, and I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly what that means. I mean, it's been defined on some of the videos that I've watched, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what that means or whatever.
You were planted.
Yeah. Yes, I have been planted on the internet to get engagement from all of y'all. Like I said before, ring a bell when I say this. This is the best hip-hop forum on the internet. But I guess what I was getting at too was that what I saw was a video, and this guy's pretty cool, but he gets a little long-winded, so I don't watch all his videos all the way through. And I don't even want to try to give him no credit, because, well, no, his name is Signifier, something like that. You don't like him?
We booing all podcasts.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. This is 2024. We beefing with every podcast, every YouTuber, we beefing with all of y'all. Bring that shit. You know what I'm saying? But he brought up, and that's why I said we'll wait until the next time to talk about it. He mentioned and did a whole video, our Kid and Play the first industry plants, hip hop industry plant. But we'll get into that. You know, like I said, I try to dig into it. I want to watch his whole video. I want to dig into this whole industry plant thing to see if they really qualify. Currently, I am of the, belief that they are not, and that this nigga just talking because he's from, well, I don't know if he's about my age or whatever, but I know he's from, like he's listened to a lot of 90s hip hop and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fuck that nigga. We about to be out. R.I.P. to Mr. C. Don't you say it. Shut your ass up. Don't say it. Shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking. And R.I.P. to Rico Wade. Y'all stay chisel. Honey Bunny, I love you.